name is Phoebe Kuo, and I am a woodworker and an artist. I was trained in fine furniture at a place called the Krenov School, and we were really taught to love wood, to appreciate the qualities of it, the figure in it. And so I don't paint any of my work. In fact, I often choose the piece of wood first and figure out what it kind of wants to be or what it makes sense as. I think as an artist, I really like constraints. So one of my main constraints is that I use coopering as a technique. Coopering as I do it is adapted for furniture making. It's a way of taking solid wood, cutting it up, and then putting it back together in a curve. I stick to simple forms because I'm trying to express something through the wood that's not a trick or a gimmick, but it's really about celebrating like what this technique and joinery can really do. I really like going to a space and spending some time in it and seeing the story that the space tells, and then picking a spot that might be sort of really important but overlooked, like a corner or a railing. And sort of, I feel like we enter into a partnership of, well, let's highlight you and show you to the world. I love it when a little kid walks up to my work and says, "Oh, that's so cool." And yeah, that really brings a smile to my face. I think the question that people are beginning to ask now, but are not asking enough, is how do we make woodworking more equitable? And there are so many places where people are effectively shut out. And that makes me really sad as a woodworker and as someone who is not what you would think of as a typical woodworker. I want other people to have that access too. And so I would say it really starts with just paying attention and caring. I've met people who say, you know, I just don't know any women woodworkers. I don't know where they are. And I wish they would follow up with, and I'm going to go find some. But it really ends there. So I think this might be a hard message for people to hear, but take a little effort, question why things are the way they are, and ask yourself what you can do to change it. Because as much as we want to think it's not our responsibility, we are the field. So if we don't do it, who is? I was very delighted to be invited to teach at Arrowmont. I had shown work here in a juried exhibition called Bridging the Gap and was invited after that to teach a course. I love to teach beginners, and this week at Arrowmont we took 4 people with very little experience with making, and they started not knowing the names and the machines to that night working independently on their own. And I think coopering is just, in this class, a vehicle for learning the way around the wood studio. We're doing site-specific work outdoors, and they've been prepared to know that it won't stay here, that it's not weatherproof. And so what we've done in class is really more of a design sprint. It's a way to try new techniques, practice the design process, prototype, critique work in a group setting, and really to get outdoors. I mean, with the pandemic, we've all been cooped up inside, so in designing the class for Arrowmont, I thought, well, how can we take advantage of the beautiful campus, the wonderful Tennessee weather, and the sunshine? And so taking the students outside, taking the work outside is both conceptually exciting and also just like good for the mind, body, and soul. Arrowmont has a really wonderful reputation, and I've heard people describe it as feeling like coming home. So I was excited to be on campus in a creative community. I was excited to meet people, excited to be in this place with a very rich history. My experience so far has been really great. I feel so well supported. I feel that I'm able to take students to a new place. I'm really grateful to be here and to now be part of the Arrowmont family.